Well, it's been a long summer of converting my Sprinter van to my very own tiny home on wheels, but it's safe to say we are just about done with the build. After completing the kitchen last weekend, and with a 5-day road trip on the horizon, the main focus is wrapping up some loose ends. In this episode, I talk about how to hook up a switch and pick up my new roommate.
Oh, fall is definitely in the air, guys. I tried to wait a little longer to actually get started on the van today because I knew it was going to be chilly, but it is still cold even a few hours later. I got this big flannel on, I even got a winter hat on. So this weekend is just about cranking out little things and really fine-tuning the van. The main thing I was working on yesterday was hooking up my switches and finally getting my electrical completely dialed in. I think one of the most confusing things when it comes to building a van, or just kind of one of those things in general, is the electrical and specifically like how a switch is supposed to work. And really all you need to understand is that it's supposed to break up one of the leads. So when the switch is off, the circuit is not flowing, it's open. And when you turn the switch on, it actually closes the circuit, completes the circuit, and that's how you're able to control when your lights are on or off, or any other appliance for that matter, the fridge, the water pump, things like that. So sometimes these switches come with a red and a black line, which I think makes it confusing, that you need to hook up your red to your red and your black to your black, but that is not the case. You want to just hook it up to one of the leads or one of the lines of your circuit. I chose to do it on my positive, or the red one, but you could also do it on the negative as well. So I'll kind of show you guys how I've been doing this. I'm not super stoked on how it looks, but I'm trying to make the best of the situation of having to run wires back and forth again. So basically what's going on is that everything is coming down here from when I originally ran the wires. They all basically came out right down here. This is my fuse block, which basically controls all of my 12-volt DC appliances. The blacks are the negatives, the reds are the positive. I took a red and a black of one appliance here, put the black to the negative side over here. It doesn't really matter which one. And then I ran the positive to the positive side, which is all these where these fuses are. And then I had to basically take the positive, which you see hooked up here. It's actually running along this side here where all these other red wires are, and actually going down here, chased over the inverter, and they ultimately come out here. And so what's going on here is that I'm hooking them up into one side of the switches and then basically running another red wire from the other side of the switch back along here, over here, back to the fuse block. The red wire is going to the switches, then basically coming back to the fuse block. So that's why there's a lot of red wire there, because for one switch you're running two wires. One to get to the switch, then one back to the fuse block to actually give it power. Now it just acts like any other switch. I just flip this and you can see I have lights off, on. And like I mentioned before, I have all of my lights on these top 4 switches here. Kitchen, bedroom, garage, floodlights. So like these are all like your kind of daily drivers that you're gonna be using. And then this is all gonna be the appliances. It's kind of just a tedious task because it just requires a lot of stripping of wire and then heat shrinking and stuff like that. So I did 5 yesterday. I have 4 more left. And it probably took me about 15 to 20 minutes per switch to do and get it nice and neat and organized. So my goal is to finish the rest of these today. I'm also doing a lot of polyurethaning or staining in between. Just one of those days that's not the most exciting to watch, but after this, the electrical will be completely done, which is really exciting. Well, I ran out of wire to finish doing some of the electrical, and I need some more connectors, but it kind of timed out just right because I was applying some polyurethane to my table and things like that, and my little sister, who I went to New Zealand with and everything, I went on a lot of adventures with her, is actually just like bought a one-way ticket out to Utah. So I'm going down to the airport to pick her up right now, and she said if I don't come and pick her up in the van, then she just doesn't want to come, and she's just gonna turn around. So I actually haven't driven the van since we added the tile and the butcher block and a lot of other things. So it's kind of a good little road test shakedown, just to make sure that it's all good. I don't see why it wouldn't be, but definitely being a little conscious of the extra weight, because I can certainly feel it. But maybe we'll even get a sunset mission in tonight, but I'm not entirely sure. What up?
I saw you from the bridge up there. I saw
Up there?
the van, and I
How-
was like, no way, that's Luke's van.
Yo, welcome home, Dougie.
So this is where I'm moving to for the next until further notice. That's Narnard. This is Narnard. Look how deep it is. Are they always that deep?
Nah, I got like a full size one.
Dude, this is nice. These appliances. Tell me how I came here. Okay, I packed until further notice. I don't know how long I'm going to be here for. I have 4 pairs of shoes in a carry-on plus infinite amount of clothes. Again, I don't know how long I'm going to be here for. Only to carry on all of my textbooks, all of my school notebooks, pills, my supplements, flax seeds, chia seeds, and look at this. Make the most of every single space.
You practicing though.
Look, I got my resistance band. Okay, hashtag gym life. And I have my contacts in here, bro. I had to make you, and literally I was like,
when you have to travel, like.
I know, and meanwhile I'm like, don't tip these. Whoa, I better get comfy.
This is quite the disorganized episode here, but it doesn't really matter, does it? I mean, all of this is basically just hanging out while I try and build a van. So, had a long day at work today again. I got all my lights on, which is cool. I think that looks awesome. It's kind of at that phase or that point of the build where it's certainly not the most exciting stuff to watch. It just takes time because I have to poly, then I have to wait for it to dry, then I have to sand, then poly again, and all the little things like that. But this is quite literally the last few things I need to do before laying the floor. I don't know if I showed you guys my under cabinet light that I put in, which I think is just super, super homey. And adds a nice touch to the van. I ran this wire before, obviously, and just kind of hooked it up. And it runs really well. It's super efficient, and it had its own switch, so I didn't have to run a switch for it. And so that'll be an awesome little light, just like when you get up in the morning. You know, you don't want to turn on like all your lights just yet, but like you're trying to make coffee or just do little stuff. All in all, I have literally all of the lights on. Those ones. I have the kitchen, the bedroom, that one. I don't have the garage or anything else on, but this is like the main sort of lights you would use. -2.8. So this is how much kind of net amperage my batteries are using. So when I'm charging from the solar or whatever, this is usually positive, and then when I'm using stuff, it draws on it. So 2.8 amps to run all of these lights, which really is not bad at all considering I have 200 amps. And what it tells you up in the top right, the 70.6 hours. That's saying I have 70 hours of using my batteries at this amperage before they run out and they need to be completely recharged. So 70 hours is like 3 full days. You could imagine, like, when would you be running these lights for just 3 days completely straight, and 2, when would you be running that and not have any sort of sun? For the most part, you're never just gonna not have sun or some way to charge them, whether it's just driving and it charges off your alternator, or you can plug in somewhere. So in theory, like, you're never really gonna run out. So I kind of showed you guys these in my vlog when I kind of took this up to Jackson Hole on Labor Day weekend, but I wanted to really show you guys just how awesome these shades are. I'm talking about these window curtains. I have one over the slider window here, then I also have 2 on the back doors. These are made from a company called vanmadegear. They just magnet into the window, but then it comes with these straps, and hold on. When you undo the straps, because I have them up, they just roll down, and you can hear them kind of click in place, and they just magnet right around down there. Now there's obviously a bunch of different colors. I went with the black on the outside, and then I think it's called like silver khaki or something. Black ripstop on the back, silver khaki for like this silver looking color, because again, I wanted to keep like the lighter colors in here just to keep this feeling very light and cozy and just very like comfortable to be in, right down to the window shades. So what's really cool about these is that they are completely insulating. So you obviously lose a ton of heat and like cool air during the summer through your windows. My favorite part about these is that they are totally blackout by curtains or shades. So you can see we have all of the lights on in here. Super bright, looks great. But when we go outside, It's not like pitch dark out, but pretty dark. You can see you can see it is completely pitch dark. Even if I come right up to the windows to like really peek in there, like you don't see anything because it's just completely blackout. And we come in and it's bright. So thank you guys for watching another one of my episodes, man. Very, very happy with the way the van is coming along. So if you guys have any questions, anything, as always, leave them below. I love when you guys leave comments and chat. And I really don't do this as much as I should, but don't forget to like the video if you enjoy the video and if you're just feeling up to it, because it really does help the video out and help the channel out. And if you are not subscribed, I'd really appreciate it if you just subscribe to my channel below. So I post videos twice a week, and I've been building this van literally from the ground up. So with all that being said, I'll see all of you guys in the next episode. Take it easy, fam. Peace out. Whoop. So I lost my wallet like last week, so I don't have like any money to get food. Like I don't have my ID. I got a new card coming.
Oh God! Alright.
So
now I get why you want to go. Okay, well,
it's supposed to be here this week.